Alright guys, welcome back here to the 15th hole for the first group with Julius Boros and Tommy Bolt, but we're actually going to be looking at the emerging contenders opportunity here, making a move. And with that said, let's roll a dice here for the golfers who could possibly be making the move here on the list. Of course, it's going to be this list right here. That is the list here. So roll the two dice. It says 56, of course, and 22 to 66. No emerging contender in this event. So no one comes from that B plus group, which is kind of kind of weird to think about, the guys, because at this point there's an opportunity for sure. So let's see here. As of course now there's nothing going on here. 5 under par or better, don't roll. So let's see. So I rolled a 56, of course, and that means there's going to be no emerging contenders. On the round, currently 1, 2, 3, 4. Currently, it says right here on this little guy right here, 2 to 4 under par. Roll once on the emerging contender chart. So with that said, here, guys. There's going to only be one time that we're going to actually do that. So with that said, no one is emerging, and we're going to continue on here, guys, with this Open Championship with plenty of golfers already out of contention. So we're going to roll basically for Julius Boros on that number 15 hole here at the Firth of Clyde, and then after that we're going to have a couple of golfers we're going to have to actually roll to see how they play here. So with that being said, let's look over here, and it says here number 15. Number 15 hole is a par 4, 499, longest par 4 on the course, and missing the fairway from the tee usually means a one putt will be needed to save par, obviously with all those very bad rolls there. So 1 through 4, or 1 through 5 here, dice rolls, and it is a very difficult, tricky putt there if you have the course controls. All right, with that being said, Julius Boros doesn't have any other cards to play here, so we're just going to roll the dice here and play it, and that's a 2, so the course will control. 55 is what we're looking at here, and 55 says he hits it into the first, I apologize, 55 says he's going to hit into the sand on that first tee shot. All right, so sand on the first tee shot here, number 4, and let's see, so one green here says here on the first shot, is he a chunky golfer? He is not. So it says strong swing, wow chart. All right, so let's go to the wow chart, which says he's going to earn a blue chip here for his participation in the WOW chart, of course, and then re-roll the white die to determine the result, which says 3. Lofted onto green, great roll, easy putt for birdie. So he has an easy putt for birdie, which will be a 1 to 5, or I apologize, 2 dice rolls here, or 2 dice. And he gets a birdie, so a 15 there. So Julius Boros is actually going to move up 1 spot to 4 shots back off the leader, Phil Mickelson, and that will clear up that 5th spot just a little bit more here as Gil Morgan and Ben Hogan stay tied together there. So he's going to go down to 15 under par as he crosses the 15th hole, which is a very good hole to grab that. It's a surprise that he really did, but definitely a great shot by Julius. We're going to go over to the out of contention chart here, which is over here on this side. If you guys can see all the way on that section there, you guys might be able to read that perfectly. So what I'll do is I'll just take it right here, and we'll just kind of keep it in hand, and we'll roll the dice that's needed. So with that being said, Tommy Bolt, this is a daunting hole, so it's obviously we're going to roll at 4. 4 says that's a par, so that'll be a par. Keep him at 10 under par, and we're going to look at the 14th hole here, the par 3, which is a regular normal hole for Arnold Palmer. So 4 on a normal hole is a par, and then for Tom Watson, same hole. 5 is a par as well, so both par. The 14th hole there. So 7 under par for Arnold Palmer and 11 for Tom Watson. Okay, now we're going to the 13th hole, which will be semi-daunting for Lloyd Mangrum and Bob Rosberg. Oh, there you go. So it's a 3 there on a semi-daunting is a par, and a 5 is a par as well for a semi-daunting. So that's a 9 under par for Lloyd and 10 for Bob. And then last but not least, I think we're going to keep going with Lee Trevino. And I think that's all the golfers we went through already. So there you go. So there's your out of contention golfers. And now we're going to start back up on the 12th hole here, which is that par 4, semi-daunting, semi-challenging green. And Lee Trevino definitely needs to make a move here at this opportunity. 4 is what's going to happen. The course is going to control. He rolls snake eyes. That can only be really badly. So really bad shot there. So third shot into the trees, guys. This is a terrible opportunity, as if he pars this hole, he is done for, guys. Dunsky. Or I apologize, bogeys this hole. He's got out of a contention for the cameraman here, guys. So with that said here, third shot on par 4. It says for a 2 green. Is he a workman? He is not a workman there. So beautiful shot from beneath tree. On target roll toward pin, easy putt for bogey. So it does look like Lee Trevino will be putting for bogey. 2 putts here, or 2 dice here. Rolls a 53, and that is a bogey for Lee Trevino, as he needed to stay within the bounds, of course, of the fairway on that very difficult par 4. Very difficult par 4 that he passed there on number 12, which of course is one of the most hard holes on the course, especially if you hit it too far up and on the left and right, which he did. So Jack Nicklaus will be the next one, his pairing partner here, as Lee Trevino drops to 12 under par there for the tournament. Jack Nicklaus is definitely opportunistic here at this point. He's on the 12th hole. I think he's going to purchase the opportunity to control the hole. Now remember, if you purchase a blue die or a blue chip, you cannot get a blue chip back on the hole, or you cannot gain a chip at all on the hole. That's what I've heard from everybody, so that's good to know. So he's purchased it, so he cannot get a blue chip back. So just remember that, guys. So 3, 4, 6 says here, 3, 4, 6 on a golfer controls on a par 4, 430. 3, 4, 6 says here, we have bomber or dynamic. He is a bomber golfer, for sure he is. And so got all of that one. He goes to the gallery cheers here. And a gallery cheers says for him with his green die result, which is a 3, it says, is he a hero or a champion? He's a champion iron player for sure. So strong shot, drops within 3 feet of pin. Easy putt for birdie. That's exactly what he wanted there. 2 dice rolls will be easy for Jack Nicklaus. And that's a 26 there. And he will have now 18 under par as his total score there. And he will move up 1 shot back from Phil Mickelson, who is definitely on a roll at this point, 4 under par. All right, the next golfers grouping is going to be Gil Morgan and Sam Snead. All right, so Gil Morgan on the 11th hole, daunting. He can't purchase, he can't buy the hole here or control the hole, but he can purchase a 1, which I wouldn't expect him to want to do here, just because of the fact that he, honestly, like that 1 is terrible here on this hole. The left side is not good. All right, so let's just play it out normally. So he rolls a 6, which is a great one here for him. Now that they're in the back 9 here, guys, I think it is time to go for it, attack at it, and he's going to. He's going to attack at it. He has a performance chip, so he can go for it on that par 4, 482. So with that said here, he's going to attack the green and re-roll the white die, and that's a 1. So it says, within a few yards of pin, moderate putt for birdie. Why not, guys? Let's have him pay for it, right? The reason why I say pay for it, a moderate putt for birdie is 1 to 2 here, right? If he goes 1 to 4, that absolutely gives him opportunity even more so to get himself into contention. So Gil Morgan here, guys, is going to pay for the opportunity to make his putt just a little bit easier. And as he does so, 1 to 4, and he rolls a 3. There it is, guys. So Gil Morgan is going to join Julius Boros up there, 4 back of Phil Mickelson, as he gets to 15 under par and starts off strong that back 9 here. His playing companion Sam Snead is doing well so far with all those decider die here. I think he's going to utilize it here. That's daunting. Oh, he can't pay. Can't pay. He has to pay 2. I'm going to say that Sam Snead is just going to play it out here, guys. It is a tough hole, but he does not want to pay 2 decider dies or 2 performance chips to get control. So he pays 36, and 36 is going to be a second shot in the rough on a par 4. So a second shot in the rough. It says here, on the 2 green, is he a master iron recovery? He's a semi-master recovery. It says right here that semi dice right there, that little dot there. All right, so with that said, it's a yes to it. So ball rockets out of rough, straight for flag, pin result. All right, that's exactly what we're looking for him. On this hole, he rolls a white die, and he rolls a 2. It says here, dies in vicinity of pin, easy putt for par. That is perfect. So easy putt for par, 2 dice rolls. Don't roll 66, he rolls a 56, so that's close enough. Scares everybody here as the ball rolls in there nice and easy. Of course, tickles the side a little bit there, but that'll be a par, 17 under par. Sam Snead, we're going to go to Ben Hogan here, who is now 5 shots back, and he is by himself as he is playing with Phil Mickelson. Now, it's not that Ben Hogan had played a bad round. He just hasn't done anything. He is even par through the day. And so he is on this hole here, which is a daunting hole. Sorry for the camera lighting a little darker on this side here. But it's a daunting par 4, a very difficult green. He's just going to play it out here and hope for the best. So he pulls a 4. The card will control the hole here. A 24 on this one will be a second shot in the rough. And that is scary here, guys, because this is a tough hole. So second shot in the rough here. Let's see here. All right, second shot in the rough on a par 4, and he has 1 green. He's not a workman, so it says perfect strike from uneven lie, pin result. Okay, so there you go. That's how you get rid of that very difficult putt here. You just roll a pin result here, and so he has a fantastic shot from the second shot here, and a 6, right? I think so, right? So a pin, yep. So a 6 here says stop, rolls too far, difficult putt for par. There it is, guys. So a difficult putt for par here it's gonna be tough for him. So he's gonna utilize, because he does not want to fall back, because he knows that his playing companion is Phil Mickelson. He's doing really well, so he's actually going to pay to make it easier. So it's gonna be a moderate putt, 1 to 5 here, and he rolls a bogey, guys. I cannot make it even worse there. So there it is. Ben Hogan bogeys number 10, and this puts him at a serious disadvantage as Phil Mickelson is stepping up to the tee, of course, through the highlights. And let's see what Phil did here on number 10 as we're starting off the Open Championship, back 9 for Phil Mickelson. He is on 10 here. Oh, man, this is a tough one. Okay, 4, so the course controls here. Controls really pretty much everything, but unfortunately for Ben Hogan, Phil Mickelson put a perfect drive right down the middle, and it's going to be a Golf Cam course edition here, guys. Golf Cam course. So let's see here. Golf Cam course. A 4 green says here, is it a cordial hole? It is not. It is a daunting hole. So shrewdly played, clutch 2-putt for par. So there you go, guys. He is a semi-gold putter, so it's a clutch 2-putt for par here. He's going to roll 1 to 4 opportunity. He's not going to decide or die here. And he rolls a 5, so he misses it there, guys. It only misses it, which is going to be a bogey putt here, easy putt here. So it's going to be a 16. So he'll bogey that hole, and that definitely helps out a lot of other people instead of just him. So it's actually going to bring him back down to earth a little bit there from his bogey-free round, and everybody's going to tie up with him. So Sam Snead, everybody moves up here. 3 shots, 5 shots back. Let's get over to Julius Boros now, who is now 3 shots off the lead and is on the 16th hole. So let's go over to that camera here. We'll have the camera guys show you guys a walkthrough of the course, of course. So let's see what the 16th is made of. It's actually a fairly easy hole, par 5. It's the perfect shot to have here. It's 280 yards to the ditch, so many pros will lay up and try for a pitch and putt birdie. The X right here represents the ditch, or lands in the burn, right? Play as a water 1. I've not hit in the water yet, but that'd be kind of cool to see a player do so, especially since that's that very, very famous. I don't think it's this course though. I don't think Royal Troon is this course. I think it's Carnoustie, right? That the guy gets in the water. Yeah, I actually played Carnoustie. I hope that at some point they'll actually make that course, of course, for this set. So with that said, it's going to be Julius Boros first here, and then we'll go through the list of players to kind of go through the out of contention. So that said, let's get over to the course. It's an opportunity for him to buy a 1. I think he's going to. I think he's going to buy a 1 opportunity, as it is a beautiful hole here. And he rolls a 6, so he doesn't need the 1 for this shot. And so he has the ability to attack, and he has to. He needs to attack at this point. And so after losing that opportunity for it, he's going to burn away here with the attack the green opportunity. He rolls the white 1 once more here. Here we go. And he rolls a 1. So within a few yards of pin, moderate putt for birdie. There it is, guys. That is a beautiful opportunity for him. A moderate putt for birdie is a 1 to 2, as you guys can see right here. So a 1 to 2 is what we're looking for Julius Boros. And he rolls a 1. There it is. So Julius Boros is putting together a fabulous back nine here. And that is another birdie, 2 birdies in a row. As Julius Boros is now 2 shots off the leaders. And wow, guys, I cannot believe that here, guys. This is very exciting for me to see. Julius Boros is definitely somebody I want to see win this one. I would love to see Phil win it, but I think he's going to collapse. As you guys can see, Clutch Phil over here doing so well. All right, so let's get over to the out-of-contention golfers. And first is going to be Tommy Bolt, the playing partner here on the cordial hole here. So a 5 on a cordial is a par. So there's a par here. I'll set that right there so you guys can see that. Makes it easy for me to put the scores in. So a par for Tommy Bolt. Now we're going to look at the 15th hole here. Daunting hole for Arnold Palmer and Tom Watson. A 2 on a daunting hole. A par is going to be for Arnold Palmer. And a 2 for Tom Watson is also a par. So they're just par and away holes, making it look pretty easy here. A normal hole, par number 14 for Lloyd Mangrum and Bob Rosberg. So Lloyd gets a 1 on a normal hole, and that's a birdie. There you go. So he gets to 10 under par as he rolls a birdie. And then on that same hole, it's Bob Rosberg, and he rolls a 6 for a normal, which is a bogey. So he is actually going to be going down. So 9 under par. And that is severely out of contention here at this point. Not as far as Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer is now 7 under par for the tournament, and that's 11 shots back, guys. That's not good. All right, so now we're going to go to Lee Trevino and his gang here. Did I roll for? Oh, I got to roll for Lee as well. I apologize, guys. So Lee is on the 12th hole, so that's right here. There you go. Or 13th, I apologize. 13th hole, semi-daunting. And he rolls a 3 on the semi-daunting, and that will be a par. So Jack Nicklaus is up to bat here after the camera crew kind of strikes up the highlights, and we're going to watch Jack Nicklaus play this course live here. So with that said, he has just heard from news from around the scuttlebutt around the patrons. 13th hole is where he's at, semi-daunting, and he hears Phil Mickelson has just bogeyed a hole, a very, very big putt. So the course is going to control on this one. He misses the shot here, 36. And a 36 says it's the 3rd shot here into the rough. Wow, guys. So no bunkers, but there is that prevailing wind, which really hurts him, and he actually hits into that rough on the 3rd shot. So maybe he got a little too ahead of himself, feeling the weight of the trophy in his hands there, the Claret Cup jug there. Yep, there you go. And so 6 green on a rough 3rd shot. Is he a workman? He is not. So it says here for that 3rd shot here, it says, otherwise, sweet swing, sends ball a few feet from pin, easy putt for bogey. So he's going to make an easy putt for bogey opportunity here. And he rolls a 13, so he'll get a bogey putt, and he will make it. So drops him back to 17 under par, and that stops his birdie streak there, or the bogey-free golf there. Gil Morgan and his companion are going around number 12 at this point. It's a semi-daunting hole, 430, par 4. He rolls a 5, and the course will control that one, and that will be a 16. So a 16 on this one's actually going to be a good shot by Gil Morgan, and it'll actually be the Golf Cam course. You got to love it when golfers get the course control there, and then they also hit a good shot for the golf course cam. A 5 green for a par 4 says, is it a daunting hole? It is a semi-daunting hole. Decider Die says yes to that. So sand and rough issues, double difficult putt for par. So he doesn't have any opportunities here. Double difficult putt for par. If he misses it, will lead him to a difficult putt, right? For bogey. I'm going to say he has to just lag putt it to get himself to a moderate putt for bogey or worse, right? So if you lag putt it from a double difficult, it puts the next putt at moderate. If you lag putt from a difficult or a moderate, it makes it to go to easy. So let's have him. He's going to have to. He's not going to make that, and that 1 to 3 for a bogey will put him very far out of contention. So let's have him go a lag putt from par, and then a 1 to 5 result for a bogey. And he rolls a 2, so he gets that bogey putt, and that'll actually move back Gil Morgan to 4 back off the leader. And unfortunate for him, but it had to be done to make sure he calms the bleeding, right? You don't want to hemorrhage this close to the end of the race here, guys. He's got plenty of holes left here, but we'll see how he goes here. Sam Snead is next here, 17 under par, and same hole. It's a semi-daunting. It is a daunting hole because we just did the course check for Gil Morgan, his companion player, all right, player companion. And so, with that said, he's not going to go for buying it 2 chips. He's just going to play it out normally. He rolls a 5, course controls, and a 15 is going to be the same thing. They both get good drives here. That's a course cam right there for the golf cam. And a 2 green on that par 4 says, is it a cordial hole? It is not. It is a daunting hole as well, so it says clutch 2-putt for bogey. So him himself is also getting that. Now Sam Snead has a lot of chips here, and he can actually move himself from a rust, semi-rust to a semi-gold, which he will do so for that bogey putt. It's a clutch bogey putt, so he has to make it and get back to where he needs to. So 1 to 4 is the opportunity here. I don't like to roll at decide or die, not for this here. 1 to 4, he rolls a 6, so he misses that here, guys. And he can't lose, right? So you want a hole that you gain, right? I'm checking here. I've gotten plenty of feedback from everybody here about chip usage here. So it says that red chips can't be spent. You can't gain and lose, right? Red chips can't be spent the same hole they've been used. Decision on a penalty. No chips can be spent by any one golfer. Red chips and blue chips automatically offset each other. I'm trying to think here, guys. Spend a penalty. You cannot spend a chip to earn a chip, and man, I know, guys, this is a tough one here. It's a tough one for me because a lot of it comes down to that there's just not in the rules here exactly what it says 100%, because he should gain a red chip, right? Because he missed that putt. He shouldn't gain a blue chip because that's a good thing, right? A red chip would be losing the opportunity, right? Am I right? I feel like that's exactly right. I'm a golfer at hand, and I would know that you wouldn't get a good thing, but you would absolutely get a bad thing, right? So Sam Snead should lose this opportunity, right? So I say yes to that. I say yes that he gets a red chip for missing a clutch putt, right? He missed a clutch putt. So there it is. So he's going to gain a red chip, which of course is why I take away a blue. And so Sam Snead will miss that clutch putt for bogey, and he'll roll an easy putt for double bogey, and he'll make that. So Sam Snead now has fallen back to 15 under par and lost a couple of chips there. So 15 under par is 3 shots back, so 1 and 2 there. And now we have a full tight leaderboard of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shots back here. So with that said, we're going over to Ben Hogan, then over to our leader. All right, they're over at the 11th hole, daunting par 4. Very difficult hole here. 2 is going to be the course controlling, and Snake Eyes is the 3rd shot into the trees. So 3rd shot into trees. Says here on that par 4, 3rd shot into trees on a 1 green. Is he a workman? Ben Hogan is not. So launched out of trees, an extra roll on green, gimme putt for bogeys. There you go, gimme putt for bogey is 2 green dice here, or 2 dice at least. And so at 26, that will make it. So it need to be a 66 to miss it. So he makes a bogey to bring him down to 12 under par. That's unfortunate because now his playing companion, Phil Mickelson, is on the tee here. And we're going to see how he plays the hole. And if he does, Ben Hogan might join the other guys out of contention. So he's not going to utilize that. He's not going to concede the hole. Well, actually, you know what? He should. He should actually do that, right? But what if he rolls a 6, right? Ooh, that could be a big one here. Well, let's do it. I'm going to keep the red chip here. He rolls a 6. He does not. Okay. So he could have, if you rolled the 6 here, guys, a reason why I didn't play the chip here is because if he'd rolled the 6, he could have actually gone for the green and then put Ben Hogan out. But he didn't, so it doesn't matter. It plays the same, but he still has a red chip. So a 2-4 is going to actually be a green chart. So if you guys look at that right there, that's a green chart here. Or a green golf cam, I apologize. So golf cam green, and a 6 green is going to be, is it a friendly green or a laser golfer? It is not. So on the green and 2, but with distance to putt, birdie putt misses, leaving clutch 2 putt for par. So he's at semi-gold again here, guys, and I'm going to make sure he rolls a 1-4 for this clutch 2 putt for par. And he rolls a 1. There it is, guys. So he didn't spin a chip, so he can actually take away that red as he makes a very nice clutch 2 putt for par there on number 11, par 4. So he's going to be at 18 under par. And let's get over to the 17th hole here, where we meet up again with Julius Boros, who is on fire at this point. He is very hot. And let me pull our cards here as we're going to get rid of number 11 here. And 13, 14, and then 15 and 16. And now we will see the 17th hole, which is a par 3, 220 yards, semi-daunting, semi-challenging green, the longest and toughest par 3 on the course, frequent bogeys or worse. And that little thing, of course, is in effect, that little triangle is in effect on a couple of these rolls, and we'll get to that if they roll them. So it's a very difficult shot from those areas. And that's what that's showing there. So, with that being said, Julius Boros is on the tee here. Doesn't have anything to show for him, so the course controls there. He rolls a 34, and a 34 is actually going to be the golf cam for the course. And a 5 for hole par 3. Is it a cordial hole? It is not a cordial hole. It's anything other than that. So 5, is it a daunting hole? Decider Die says yes to that semi, and so yes it is. Nicely saved from rough. Clutch putt for par. So Julius Boros is a neutral putter, has nothing to make it better. So it's a 1-3 chance here for par. And he rolls a 2, so there it is, guys. He got himself a clutch putt, and leading into 18th hole, he has a performance chip to spend. Love it. So there it is, guys, 16 under par with 1 hole remaining. Let's get over to our out of contention golfers, starting with Tommy Bolt. We'll put this little guy right there so you guys can see that. And not, there we go. All right, so Tommy Bolt here on this semi-daunting hole, or this semi-daunting hole. It only matters for this chart here, semi-daunting. 3 is a par, so there you go. He stays at 10 under par. It's going to be now Arnold Palmer and Tom Watson. So Arnold Palmer on the 16th hole. It's a cordial hole, so a 1 will be a birdie, so he gets his first birdie of the back 9, and if that's his first birdie in almost 11 holes. Tom Watson rolls a 1 as well. So there you go, guys. 2 easy holes there, a cordial hole, so it's expected. And with that, he's 12 under par. We're going to go over to Lloyd Mangroom, who is going over to the 15 daunting par 4, a 1 on the daunting. I have to roll the decider die to see if it's going to be a birdie or a par. Bullet says birdie, and it's a blank, so that's going to be a par. So that's unfortunate for him there. So that's 10 under par. And now Bob Rosberg, he rolls a 1, so same thing. Roll it here, and he rolls a decider die, so yes there. So he gets a birdie and brings himself back to a 10 under par and a 2 over for the day. Wow. It's been a tough course today here, guys. Last but not least here for our guys, it's going to be Lee Trevino on number 14, and this will be 5 on a neutral, which will be a par. So he pars out here. Let's look at Jack Nicklaus and see how he played here. As we, of course, can expect, he's going to be trying for the gold here. Of course, he's won his first tournament out in Kapalua, and we're looking at the 14th hole here, the par 3. All right, so a 3 will be a course control here. A 23 will say second shot in the rough. So he missed his 1 shot in the second rough on a par 3 is almost guaranteeing a bogey or worse here, guys. So with that, a 1, is he a workman? He is not. So it says lofted through rough and gets a good roll, gimme putt for bogey. So a gimme putt is 2 dice here, guys, so easily a terrible hole for Jack Nicklaus. He needed to make a move, and he rolls a 36, and so that will not be any problem, but he will make a bogey. And that's 2 bogeys in a row for Jack Nicklaus to put him at 16 under par. And that's actually really interesting. He hasn't had that many bogeys in any of the playthroughs or courses we played so far. So we're going to go to Gil Morgan on the 15th hole here, right? Yeah, or I apologize here. 14th, and then there you go, 13th hole. So the 13th hole is a very difficult hole here. No bunkers here, but of course that wind is in his face. Let's see how he does here on this little guy. So it says here it's going to be a 4, so he's actually going to control. Remember, guys, he is a double control today, so he can control a 4. So that's a 1, 2, 4 on a par 4. That is incredible. So that's perfect timing for him on this one. So the par 4 here, guys, a 1, 2, 4 says here, is he a duffer? He is not. Is it a firm green? Yes, it is. All of these greens, guys, are firm. They're major specifications. So it doesn't hold off the green. So we're going to go to the short game chart here. And the short game chart says use the green die result, which is a 1. Is he a soft player there? He does not have the soft category there. So measured swing sends ball in line straight to pin. Reroll on the pin micro chart at right. Oh, whoops, on the right side. Here we go. All right, so let's re-roll the white die here. So it says 4 here. Breaks to the right and rolls past pin. Moderate putt for par. So he gets a nice little chip there, but it's a moderate putt. A 1 to 5 here. Now remember, it is a triangle hole, but because he controlled, it doesn't make it any worse. And a 3, so he'll take a par there, guys. That is a difficult hole. He will walk off happily on that number 13 par there, guys, which has been pretty easy so far today. There's been 1 birdie on the the 13th hole, or actually 2 birdies and 1 bogey, so not terribly difficult today. So we'll see how that one plays out here with his playing companion, Sam Snead, who is a little bit closer to the leader here. And with that, I think Sam Snead, because it is a semi-daunting, he's going to roll for to see how it really is playing, which is it's a decided ice says blank, so it's not a daunting hole. That's semi-daunting. He's going to utilize his performance chip here, guys, to get himself that opportunity to gain control of the hole. It's a difficult hole, so he does not want to have to deal with that that card nor the green, that triangle green. So it says it's a 1, 4, 6 par 4. So a 1, 4, 6 par 4 says legend or dynamic. See, Sam Snead is a legend, so true from tee. It's going to be a golf gallery cheers. That's perfect. So there you go, guys. Golf gallery cheers here on a green result. It says 1. Is he a champion? He is a champion iron player, so it's going to be a precise swing that sends the ball rolling towards the pin. Gimme putt for birdie. So two great shots here, and he rolls at 56. Close enough. Again, guys, Sam Snead, 2 putts there, guys, that were really close to the lip of the hole, but he gets himself a birdie and puts himself 2 shots off the lead now. So that is very good for the scoring here, guys, as we're seeing some serious contention starting to occur here between these golfers as they're battling for that first spot. And Phil has done everything today, but that back 9, though, bogeyed already one of the 2 holes. So with that said here, guys, let's go to Ben Hogan, who is on the cusp here of falling off the contention board here for number 12, semi-daunting par 4. So it's going to be an attack hole possibility for him, and he's got to attack here on that par 4. So with that said here, guys, he's going to attack the opportunity for the green. So he's going to attack the green, and we'll re-roll the white die here. And he rolls a 6 here, guys. Unfortunate breaks in the sand, difficult 2-putt for par. Yikes, guys, the difficult 2-putt is going to bring up a 1 to 3 for Ben Hogan's contention, and he rolls a 2. Whew. There it is, guys. Ben Hogan, 12 under par, still 6 shots back, so he's within the opportunity, but Phil Mickelson is going to be on the tee here as well. So let's see what he does on the number 12, par 4 here at the Open Championship. And as you guys know, anything can happen here at the Open for sure, especially with Phil Mickelson at the helm. All right, so let's roll it. 3 is going to be a golf course controlling the hole there, or the hole controlling. 45 says it's the second shot. Oh, but this is a big one here, guys. Second shot for 45 here says here, look at that. 45, right? Golf cam green. This could be it here, guys, for Ben Hogan. Golf cam on a par 4 green. All right, this is exactly what the majors are made of. Absolute tension here. And if one green says, is it a challenging green or a hacker golfer? Well, it's a semi-challenging. Decided I says no, right? Because I haven't touched it, so it's not a challenging green. Well-placed shot, TV analyst wonders aloud if it will be converted. I'm wondering aloud if it's going to be converted here, guys. He's a semi-gold, which means, of course, we're going to roll a 1 to 4 for that beautiful 1 to 4 birdie putt clutch. And it's a 2, guys. Phil Mickelson makes a clutch birdie, and that will put Ben Hogan out of contention, his playing partner. And I think Ben knows that it is over for him for the Open Championship for this tournament here at the YouTube Players Tour. So everyone's going to move down 1 here as it's starting to see that Phil is not going to give up ground. Not that easy. So now with that being said here, guys, it makes it kind of easy to play this round just a little bit quicker. So let's keep going here, as now we're going to look back at the first group of golfers coming in on 18, which is going to be Julius Boros, who really wants to try and see if he can send the last little yeehaw to to those still out on the course to see if he can go low on the day. So he is currently 3 shots off the lead. And on 18, which looks just about like this. Semi-daunting. Close proximity of back of green to out of bounds makes every approach an adventure. It's a 458-yard par 4. Lots of great opportunity, but very little on the left and right. And there is OB, of course, on the back side of that center. So let's see how this one rolls here for the day. He is, I think, going to take the opportunity to look and see if it's going to be a daunting hole, and it is a daunting hole, so he can't purchase the hole here. Can't control the hole, so he'll just play it out and see if he can get exactly what he needed, guys, a 6. So he will attack with pleasure, absolutely pleasure at will here, guys. So Julius Boros is going to roll the 1 die again here, and he rolls a 3. It says reaches fringe of green, double difficult pitch for birdie. So double difficult pitch for birdie means that, of course, the next putt will be a moderate putt. Now, with that being said here, guys, he's going to spend his blue chip, why wouldn't he, right, to really focus on that pitch shot here. It's going to be now a difficult putt for birdie. And the reason why it's important here, guys, is instead of that little asterisk, it's now just going to go to a difficult putt or a chip for birdie. So it's a 1. So let's see if he can make that 1. And he rolls a 5. Oh, right there, guys. That could have been it. The calorie was really looking for it. It's going to be a moderate putt for par here, guys. So let's see if he can make that putt. And he rolls a 5. He putts it out there, guys. So Julius Boros ends his round today at 16 under par. Fantastic round, really, because that will be, let's see here, 5 under par for the day. And I think, if I remember correctly, this course is a par 32, I think. So 2 par 3s. Oh, no, it's not par 32 here, guys. Or par 72 here, guys. That's a par 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. 1, 2 par 3s, 1 par 5, and there's no other par 3. So it's a par 73, correct? So with that said here, guys, he shoots a 5 under, right? 5 under, so a 73, so that's a 68 total. So a fantastic round there, guys. 68 total for 5 under par. So really good shots there by Julius. But we're going to move on to the guys who are out of contention, starting with Tommy Bolt. And he's actually going to end his round here today as well. But we'll see how he plays at number 18, which is a semi-daunting 3. Which will be a par, and that will leave him at a 1 over 74. All right, so let's look back at Arnold Palmer, who is going to be a semi-daunting. A 4 on the semi-daunting is a par, and Tom Watson, a 2, is also a par. So they par out number 17, going on to 18 to end their very, very mediocre rounds today. Looks like we're going to go to Lloyd Mangrum on the 16th hole, and Bob Rosberg. So a 2 on that cordial hole here. Cordial for 2 is going to be a birdie. So a birdie for Lloyd Mangrum, and Bob rolls a 6 on a cordial hole, which will be a, decided I says blank, so that will be a par. So he does not bogey there, so a birdie for Lloyd and a par for Bob. Lee Trevino is next here on the 15th hole. All right, Lee Trevino here, 6 on a daunting hole, guys. That is bad. That's a bogey for him here. And bogey for Lee means that he's going to be at a 11 under par. And we're going to look at Jack Nicklaus on that same hole now as the golfers are starting to turn around on that back 9 going towards the home front. A lot of times it's good to remember these courses in England or in Scotland or in the UK go out and then they come back in. A lot of American courses, they go out and then they come back on the 9 holes and then come back to the clubhouse so you guys can get some food and beverage, and they go back out and then they come back in. So a lot of times, that's why when you hear golfers say you're going out on front 9, so he was going out at 36 and then coming back in at 35, they're really meaning he's ending his front 9 and coming back. So in case you didn't know about golf, that's some terminology you guys can utilize. All right, so with that said here, Jack Nicklaus on the 15th hole. It is a daunting hole here, guys. It is nothing to be, of course, easy about, and he has nothing to make it easier. So with that said here, pressure of the tournament's on him. He rolls a 3, which means the course will control the hole will control the hole will control here. So a 14 says it's going to be the first shot into the rough. All right, so first shot into the rough here. That is not exactly what's going to start his his comeback here. Definitely needs a comeback at this point. And a 4 green says here, is he a workman? He is not effortlessly out of rough to green, but long birdie putt comes up short, moderate second putt for par. So that moderate is a 1 to 5. And he rolls a 2, so he gets a par. There you go. So moving on to the 14th hole, and Jack is kept back here. We're going to look at Gil Morgan, who is now 5 shots off the lead and definitely needs to make a move on that 14th hole. 12, well, that means he's going to control the hole, so that's good for him. 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 4, I apologize, on a par 3, 14 here. So 3, 4, 4 says, is he a utility? He is not. It's going to go to the experience chart. So the Golf Cam experience chart. Let's see how he's going to be. He's an icon, so he has an opportunity here. A 4 says here, is he an icon? He is. So he played this hole before, it looks like, and an easy putt for birdie. So that easy putt for birdie here is going to be 2 dice. Or right, is it up to? Yeah, it's 2 dice. There we go. And there it is, a 53. That makes a birdie there. So now Gil Morgan is going to be at 15 under par, leading into the 15th hole with 3 holes left. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 holes left here, right? And 4 shots off the lead. So he has the opportunity to catch up just a little bit, at least to get himself into the leaderboard, pending Phil Mickelson falling apart here. So Sam Snead is now tied for third back here on that 14th hole. And he rolls a 6, which means he's going to have the opportunity to attack, and he will do so. All these golfers are attacking now because it is the only thing they have at this point to put themselves at that shot here. So attacking on a par 3, we're going to re-roll the white die here, I think, right? Attack the green. Use green die roll. I apologize, guys. I didn't touch it. I didn't move it. So a green die roll is a 5, and it says very, very long. Double difficult putt for birdie. So a double difficult putt for birdie here is super hard here, guys. I'm going to say he's going to lag putt it to make himself get that par here. Or he has a moderate putt. So here's the moderate putt, guys. It's going to be a 1 to 5. And he rolls a 1. So there you go. Sam Snead lag putts it, 2 putts to a 16 under par there on the 14th. Ben Hogan is next here, and then Phil Mickelson. And so Ben Hogan is on the 13th hole, which is a semi-daunting hole. Oop, he rolled a 1 there. And a 1 on a semi-daunting hole is a birdie or a par, and he rolls a par. So a blank does not help his cause there. So he is 12 under par, 7 shots off the lead. And Phil Mickelson, here he is on that par 3. I apologize, par 4. That is fantastically long and only has basically swallowed up a lot of golf balls here so far. So with that said, let's roll the dice. I don't think he's going to actually, is it semi-daunting? Let's see how it's daunting here. Let's see how it is. It's semi-daunting, so a decider die like that, blank, says that it's not actually daunting. So he can actually pay to gain control, and he will. So he's going to gain control of the hole here. And with that, he's going to roll a 2, 4, 5. And that should help him out here, at least to get away from that silly green that he has there. So 2, 4, 5 says, is he a legend? He is not a legend, guys. So that's not going to help him here, guys. A legend, so 2 long iron shots, drifts just beyond the green. So it's going to be a short game approach here, guys. So if he was a legendary golfer, which he is not at this time, I guess, but short game approach, he is fantastic at it. So a 5 green is what we're looking at. And as he is soft, he does not have that soft trait there. So solid execution, but unexpected roll, moderate putt for par. not sure how he does not have soft. I don't know what the heck that is. But either way, you guys, moderate putt for par will be a 1 to 5. I'm going to use a better die here. 1 to 5 is a 6, guys. He bogeys, guys, which means he's going to be still in the lead, but it's going to be a bogey putt, easy bogey putt, and that'll be a 22, so he makes that. But everyone's going to move on up here, guys, as he falls behind just a little bit. He's starting to see the wheels come off here, and so the 13th hole passes by, and now it is getting very, very contending, or very, very tight here, as the holes are starting to close up here, guys, as the fans and the crowds are moving and running over to 18, 17, and 16 to see some of these leaders come in. And that will be where we start off. It'll be Arnold Palmer here. And Arnold Palmer is going to roll for the number 18, which is a semi-daunting hole. Oops, he rolls a 4. So a 4 on a semi-daunting is going to be a par. Tom Watson rolls a 1, so let's see how he does out here on his birdie putt opportunity. And he birdies. There you go. So Tom birdies back down to a 13 under par, and that's going to have him actually be a 2 under par for the tournament, which will be a 71. And unfortunately for Arnold Palmer, he'll par the hole, which is good, but he will shoot a 3 over, a 77 for the final day. That is not like the king there, guys. All right, so 17th hole is going to be Lloyd Mangrum and Bob Rosberg. So Lloyd is going to roll a 6 on a semi-daunting hole, which will be a bogey, and Bob will roll here as well, and it says it's a 5, which will be a par. So a bogey and a par. So 10 under for him and a 10 under for a par for Bob Rosberg. So now they're tied there for the day, it looks like, or for the tournament. We're going to go to the 16th hole for Lee Trevino. Cordial hole 5 is a par. So there you go. Now let's go over to Jack Nicklaus's hole here as he plays the 15th, I think, right? Nope, 16th hole, the same one here. So Jack Nicklaus right here. All right, so a 1 is what we're looking at here. That was a 5 there. So a 1 means he actually, on the 16th, I apologize, the 16th hole, he actually gains control of the hole. So that'll be a 1-5-5 here. So 1-5-5 on that par 5. Let's see what Big Dog is going to bring out here. 1-5-5 says, is he a bomber? He is a bomber. Yeah, so he's a bomber golfer here. So a long, oh no, guys, that's not good at all here. So bomber here says, is he a bomber? Long hooking shot. It's going to be a very bad shot here. Gallery groans on a par 5 tee shot. 5 green, and since he hits a groaning shot here, he's going to gain a red chip. So a 5 green says here, is he a workman? He's not. He's centered on fairway, but not long, so very, very far. It really is just not a very good shot here, but we're going to go to a polite applause as the crowd doesn't really know what to do there. But he's trailing. He rolls the shot here. It says 6. It says scrambles to green, facing difficult putt for par. So a difficult putt for par here is going to be a 1 to 3, and he's going to utilize that die here to really push himself. 1 to 3. He rolls a 4. He's going to miss that, guys. It's a bogey opportunity here. So let's see how he does on the. Was it a difficult putt for par? So now it's going to be a moderate putt for bogey. And he rolls a 5, so he makes that 1 to 5 check there, and he will stay at now 15 under par. This has been a very roller coaster style play here. The back 9 has played very difficult for these golfers for sure. All right, so let's look at the next golfers. Gil Morgan here on the 15th hole here. That par 5 should be an easy hole here for a birdie, but now Gil Morgan is on a par 4, very difficult hole. Does he roll a 4? He does. So now he controls this hole here, guys, on a par 4. And with that, we're going to go to the golf cam, or not golf cam. We're going to go to the hole here for a 1, 2, 3. Since he rolls a 4, he has that double control for the tournament here. So 1, 2, 3 on this one should be golf cam. There you go, guys. Golf cam for a par 4. So Gil Morgan is really turning in just the same amount of tension as Julius Boros here. And everyone's starting to really follow Gil here on the 15th hole. So a par 4 here, 2, says, is it a friendly green? It is not a friendly green, right? Because it's a challenging, of course. So, is it a challenging green? Yes, it is. So it says here, played shrewdly, clutch 2-putt for par. All right, so clutch 2-putt for par. This is a very, very good opportunity for Gil to get that blue chip that he needs. And he rolls a 2. He's a neutral, so he makes it there, guys. He makes a clutch 2-putt for par, and now the gallery is absolutely funneling over to him there, and Sam Snead, his partner. Let's see if he can handle the pressure here on the 15th hole. All right, so a 1 on that 15th hole means the golf course controls, and a 24, and that's going to actually be a green golf cam chart. That's pretty cool for him here, guys. 24 is the hardest one, but he hits it right in the fairway, just like you would think Sam Snead would. And so with that, he rolls a 1 green. And so is it a challenging green? Yes, it is. So missed green. Wow, look at that. He missed the green here. Troublesome wedge, double difficult putt for par. Now it is a triangle, so it can't get any harder than double difficult. But Sam Snead knows he cannot miss this putt and then miss another one. So he's actually going to lag putt this double difficult to skip difficult and make it a moderate putt. So it's going to be a moderate putt for bogey. He's just going to give away to it, 1 to 5 for bogey. And he rolls a 3, so he makes his bogey putt. He could have missed that terribly if he had rolled a difficult putt coming back. Of course, he rolled a 3, so that wouldn't be the case. But he is now 15 under par for the tournament, as well as Gil Morgan is. So now everyone's kind of moving back a little bit here, as the back nine has gotten very difficult here. And it's exactly what the greenskeepers wanted. They wanted to show that the Open Championship could challenge any of the majors here. So now it's going to be Ben Hogan's turn, as he is out of contention on the 14th hole. It's a neutral, normal hole. 2 is a par, so Ben Hogan pars the hole there, and he'll stay at 12 under par for the day, or for the tournament. So now Phil Mickelson here steps up to the tee on the par 3, 178. This could be the shot that puts everybody out of business here if he can get nice and close to the hole, tuck it away on this pear-shaped green. He rolls a 1, he controls, so that's a very good sign here. A 1-2-6 there for a par 3. Let's see how it's going to play out. 1-2-6 says, is he a champion iron player? He is not. So it's going to be the experience now chart. And if I remember correctly, guys, he is just bogeyed a hole, I think, right? Let's see here. Experience now. Right? Did I say experience now chart? I apologize, guys. 1-2-6, let me see here. 1-2-6 says it's the golf cam now. There you go. Golf cam now chart. So par 3 on a green die result of 1. Is he cold? Well, Phil Mickelson has birdied and bogeyed the holes. So birdie and bogey of the last 2 holes, he's just going to be a neutral. He's not going to be either hot, stormy, nor sunny because, of course, or I apologize, hot or cold. He is not going to be either hot or cold for those last 2 holes because he birdied a hole and then he bogeyed a hole. So I'm going to say it offsets because if you bogey one of the 2 holes or birdie one of the 2 holes, it makes it a semi, so 2 semis equals neutral. So he is not cold there, guys. So otherwise, nicely lofted green and superb roll, gimme putt for birdie. There it is, guys. So he's got a pretty good roll here, guys. Gimme putt for birdie is 2 dice rolls here. So let's see. And he rolls a 15. That will be a birdie, and that puts him now, guys, back to 19 under par. Will he break 20 here for the day or for the tournament? Now Gil Morgan, everybody moves over 4 back, as they're starting to feel the heat for sure, as, ooh boy, this is open golf at its best.